Okay, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. We have visitors from all around the world joining us today for this very special celebration of learning from the International School of IITA with this morning's class, grade 4. So welcome. Thank you all for joining us. It's great to see so many people here, and there are people still joining. We're looking forward to a great celebration of learning where our grade 4 students will be able to share everything they have been learning in their unit of inquiry. Being a IB World School delivering the PYP program means that we encourage our children to always learn through inquiry, and we like to then, at the end of their unit of inquiry, give them the opportunity to share their learning and tell everybody how they have found out and everything they have found out. So this morning it is grade 4, and the main reason that we are here, grade 4, is to hear from you. So grade 4, are you ready? Excellent. Then I am going to sign off and hand over to grade 4. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to grade 4 celebration of learning. During this unit, we've been working on a really interesting central idea, which is the impact of oppression on indigenous peoples. During conversations like this, you might get a little bit uncomfortable. So we're inviting you to a brave space with this poem. An Invitation to Brave Space by Mickey Scott Bay Jones. Together we will create brave space, because there's no such thing as a safe space. We exist in the real world. We all carry scars, and we've all caused wounds. In this space, we seek to turn down the volume of the outside world. We amplify voices that fight to be heard elsewhere. We call each other to more truth and love. We have the right to start somewhere and continue to grow. We have the responsibility to examine what we think we know. We will not be perfect. This space will not be perfect. It will not always be what we wish it to be. But it will be a brave space together. And we will work on it side by side. Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. I'm going to share our research focuses with you, which are the relationship between indigenous peoples and their place names, circumstances of oppression on indigenous people, influence of oppression on indigenous people. Thank you.
I have a question for someone in grade 5 and FPT school in Vietnam. Do you think a Black man who doesn't like white people is the same thing as a white man who doesn't like Black people? Do you think a Black man who doesn't like white people is the same thing as a white man who doesn't like Black people? Can someone from grade 5 answer? Hola, Olua.
I think a Black person that hates a white person and a white person that hates a Black person, I think they are both the same people, because it's the same type of hatred called racism. And the only difference between them is their race color. Plus, they're saying the same hate towards each other. So there's no difference.
Thank you. Can someone from FPT school answer?
Hello, good morning. So can you please repeat the question? Maybe like because this is the first time we joined your class. So maybe other students can be a little bit afraid. So can you please repeat the question? Thank you.
It's a black person who doesn't like white people, the same thing as a white person who doesn't like black people.
Thank you for the question. I think that it is clear right now. So for the for students of FPT school, are you clear for the question? Can you hear that? Okay, we have a student here. I think that is Phạm Bùi Thanh An. Yes, can you please speak about your opinion? Thank you.
I think a black person who hates a white person is very different from a white person hating a black person. Because if a black person hates a white person, it's the oppressed hating the oppressor. And a white person hating a black person is the oppressor hating the oppressed. It's very different.
Thank you. In this unit, one of our classmates called Ocean shared with us her dream world where there are no labels, like where no one is called black or white. The conclusion is that we could live in a world where there are no labels, like someone is called black or white and just called human, so that we could live in a peaceful world. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan, and the people who answered. We worked hard on this series, and here is a short video clip on our learning process. Thank you.
No! This is my land! No, not anymore! Go away and search somewhere else. This is my land and I got here first. Go! Land! So, you guys, do you think we should do it? Actually, we need to as a for the last unit, we did as a group. So I think we should. What options do you guys do? Make a video.
Make a song or rap.
Make it closer. You say you can do something like this.
I really hope you enjoyed that video of our learning process. Now, let's invite Priscilla and Yvette to show us their presentation. Hello everyone, my name is Priscilla.
And my name is Ife. The title of our project is
Exploitation.
Exploitation is when you cheat somebody because they know little about their environment or you just want to be unfair to them. For an example, a taxi driver increases the normal amount of the transport fare because a man who is new to the environment. That man was cheated of his money. We chose exploitation so we could combine our ideas and so we could know what people were facing exploitation were facing.
Another example from the past was when the Europeans came into Australia and wrote a form saying that they were going to give their children some medications. But the real thing that was there was that they were going to take all their children. Since the Aborigines didn't know how to read or write, they signed the form and their children were taken. Contents: problems of exploitation, recommendations for those problems, proof for the essence of our recommendation, and conclusions. Problems of exploitation. Some problems of exploitation are how they affect others. When people are exploited, they cheat people of who they really are and make them do what they are not supposed to do ordinarily.
Recommendations for those problems. The recommendations for those problems are to always treat people like they are from that land and to treat them fairly whenever and wherever. You can also contact or report to someone higher than you, like the president, to solve this problem.
Another recommendation is restitution. Restitution is when you return what you've taken back from someone. Proof for the essence of our recommendations. The essence of this recommendation are so that everyone will be treated fairly and people do not have to do what they are not supposed to do ordinarily. Like the example Ife gave before, that man was cheated of his money. If people didn't exploit others, maybe that man wouldn't have wasted his money.
Conclusions.
My conclusion is that for the world to stop exploitation, people must be fair everywhere.
My conclusion is that people should always treat others like they are from that land and to treat them fairly, and the world will be better.
These are our sources. Oppression started long ago and now
I took action by writing a letter to President Mohamed Buhari, the president of Nigeria, about Boko Haram. The purpose of me doing this is so that villages won't burn down, schools won't be burned down, and children's education won't be affected.
I took action by making a video to stop oppression. Here is my video. Please watch and enjoy. Thank you. Oppression started long ago and now has an effect on today. It is a bad thing though, but many people do it. They do it because they don't feel the impact, but others do. Maybe if the world didn't do oppression, the world would have been more fair. Just maybe. Stop oppression. Thank you.
Amazing presentation. Thank you so much, Priscilla and Ife. Now let's invite Tadana and Jonathan to show us their project.
Hello, and I'm Tadana.
The title of our project. And my name is Jonathan.
Good.
The title of our project is Slavery.
Why we chose slavery? We chose slavery because it's one of the worst oppressions and we're trying to stop it. We chose it because slavery made people think that they're better than other cultures, and we're trying to make them see that all humans are equal. We did this together because we wanted to share our understandings, and we did this together to give enough information.
Slavery. Slavery is when someone is brought to a place or sold to a place or market. The definition of slave is when people are bought from the market or any other shop or something and are forced to do someone's self-esteem or hard work.
The problems in slavery. The problems in slavery were that people died. For an example, adults died through extreme punishment and extreme hard work, while children died through starvation and dehydration. People were stolen and then sold in a market. They lost their identity, and people were separated from their families.
Solutions. We could help them by getting them out of their hole and slavery. We could make them see that they're one of the most important people in the world.
We could help end any type of slavery, and we could not call them slaves. We should call them enslaved people because they were not born slaves. They were just enslaved.
How the youth has changed us.
Now I don't say that someone's culture is disgusting. Now I'm more open-minded.
Now I don't say people's feelings, emotions, and beliefs are bad to me. Now I'm respectful for someone's culture. These are our sources.
Hello.
Our actions. My action was I wrote a letter to my president in Zimbabwe about marginalization and violence. I wrote it to him because I wanted him to help stop marginalization and violence in Zimbabwe.
My action was to make a rap to stop oppression in the world. And here's my rap. Enjoy. Hello, my name is Jonathan. This is my rap to stop oppression. Look what you done to those people. If you really want to know, you've been so evil. They should not be in second class, because then they should not be treated worse than a. We should all be nice, because their job is not as easy as getting a tube. They should not be treated badly. They should all be treated equal.
presentation. Thank you so much, Tadana and Jonathan. Now let's invite Anaga to show us what she has for us.
Hello, everybody. My name is Anaga Banda, and I'm going to be talking about violence. Violence. What is violence? Violence is when someone is being attacked because of who they are. Who creates violence? Violence is created when another culture comes in with a disagreement. How does violence happen? Violence happens when another culture comes in with a disagreement, different beliefs, different thoughts, and lots. What are the different types of violence? There are many different types of violence, and here are some. Honor killing, domestic violence, bullying, and damage, and torturing. Where does violence happen? Violence can happen anywhere, and it is not a specific thing. It mostly happens to the ethnic groups, and ethnic groups means the indigenous people, the native people, and the aboriginal people. How to stop violence? Telling someone that you are the victim, we should not play with violence, or be a friend to the one. Telling bad people that it is not good. Solutions. Telling people to take responsibility, educating people what violence can do, making people know their rights. These are some solutions, but there are many more. Conclusion. In this unit has made me to care more about the violence that happened to the indigenous people have faced. I observed people being tortured on the road, and I want to help them. My action. I made a video about violence that happened in India. Please enjoy. Hello everybody, and I'm going to be talking about violence. Violence is not good, and it's happening in India. I don't want that to happen, so that there can be more peace. Why I'm saying that is because violence causes killing, damage, and other things, and bullying, other things. So if I can stop oppression in India, it will be more peace, and I want it to be peace, so everyone doesn't have to be worried about. I want peace. Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing presentation. Thank you so much, Anaga. Now, let's invite Oba to let him show us his presentation.
Hello everybody, my name is Ukaya Balulua and I'm here to talk about powerlessness. What is powerlessness? Powerlessness is when you have the inability to control your environment and how people treat you. How to stop violence, how to stop powerlessness. You can stop powerlessness by punishing the ones who make people powerless, by trying to make the ones who think they are weak stronger again. And if that doesn't work, you can stand up for them. Here is a short skit about powerlessness. Hey you, why are you wearing a rug? Is there somebody behind me? No, silly, it's you. Can't you see I'm wearing a designer t-shirt and you are wearing an old school t-shirt? Mr. Jonathan, Tadana said that I'm wearing an old school t-shirt. No, I can't go near him. His family are too rich. Mrs. Ife, Tadana called Ocean clothes some rag on an old school. Oh, no. If I go near him, I tell his parents, I'm going to lose this school. They are big donors to the school. The end. Thank you.
Wow, what a nice presentation. Now it's time for my presentation. Hello everyone, my name is Ocean Teka and today I'm going to be talking about racism. First of all, what is racism? Racism is when someone hates or dislikes someone for their skin color or race. For example, a kid does not want someone from another race to play with him or her. Why I chose racism and to work alone? I chose racism for my project because I want people to know more about it and see how bad it really can be. I chose to work alone on this project because I almost always have a partner when it is possible. So I wanted to make a change and also so that I could do it in my own way. Where racism occurs. Racism is all over the world, but mostly in the US and the UK. In the US, a policeman killed a colored man. It was the same after George Floyd died. You see, comments like, all the police want to do is kill us, but that's not what it's about being a police officer. In my opinion, I would really love a world with no labels. For example, a white man or colored man should just be called man or people. Why racism is bad and how we can stop it. Racism is bad because it can cause violence and death. We can stop racism by asking someone stronger, for example, a president, and they can help us to do something about it. What I learned. In this unit, I learned that every skin color is beautiful. This unit has changed me because now I care a lot more about the racism happening and the indigenous people who faced racism and who are not treated well. Here is my source. My action. I took action by making an audio to let others know more about oppression. Here, take a listen.
Hello, today I'm going to be talking about oppression. You might be wondering, what is oppression? Oppression is when you put someone down or torture them because you want something and they're not giving it to you. How we can stop oppression? Well, you might be thinking about posters, but think again. If you hang up posters, do you really think that people who oppress others will listen to them? I don't think so. So, the best way to stop oppression is to ask someone stronger than us, like a leader, to help us stop oppression. Now, I'm appealing to all the leaders of businesses, companies, or even at home to please stop oppression. Here are some examples of oppression: violence, marginalization, cultural imperialism, and powerlessness. Now, you might also be wondering, how is powerlessness an oppression? It is an oppression because if you oppress someone, they might think that they are not strong enough and they'll feel powerless and they feel like they can't do anything about it. And they'll feel powerless and keep being oppressed by others. So please, if you ever see any types of oppression, go and try to stop it. Thank you.
Amazing presentation, Osnia. I hope you guys enjoyed our celebration of learning. Let's hand it over to Mrs. Echo.
Excellent work. Well done, Mrs. Akun. Let's hand over to our PYP coordinator, Mrs. Akun, who may lead us through some questions and some ideas.
Thank you very much, Mr. Derek. I'll start by saying wonderful presentation, grade 4. Thank you very much. I was so happy to see that you are able to display your knowledge and your skills that you have acquired throughout the units. So good job. So in our school, the students always showcase their skills, knowledge in an authentic manner. And that is what you have seen this afternoon. I'll start by saying, thank you very much, our visiting school. Thank you, FPT Primary and Secondary School. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We hope you have enjoyed and you have gained something from the presentation. So please, it is question time. What I would like to do is that I will start with our visiting school. Please, you might want to comment or you have a question for the grade 4. The question is open.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, first of all, I would like to say thank you to the students of G4 and G5. Actually, the presentations are very thought-provoking. So I agree that we should avoid labels, and we should avoid like skin colors in this word, especially in the word of globalization and migration. And this is the first time, I think the first time in history that we have like the secondary school in Vietnam and a secondaries in like a school in Nigeria to connect with each other. And like, of course, we're not the center of the world. Our skin color is not white. That is the standard. So I think that the topics today will touch both Vietnamese school and a school in Nigeria. And I think that I have learned a lot from you, and I enjoyed the presentations. And maybe like the students will have other thoughts. So students of FPT school, do you want to share some thoughts with students of IITA school? Maybe you can share right now. And once again, I would like to say thank you to your school and to the presentations of G4 and G5. Very thought-provoking. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So do they have any question, please, from your school? Okay, I'll come back.
First of all, I just want to say that it's my honor to be here today. I learned a lot from you guys. You are so amazing. You choose problems that are urgent and vital in today's world, and you did a great job delivering it. I am so touched. I've never thought so much about those problems. And I think that after today's lesson, I will do research more about human rights, because that your presentations are so interesting, and I feel like, well, I will have to explore more about this field of information. You did such a great job, and I hope that you will keep on with the good work. Thank you so much for giving us so much like good information today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so I move on to IIT International School. So let me move on. Then I'll start with grade 5. Grade 5, do you have question for the grade 4, please? Somebody in grade 4, sorry, grade 5.
What were the challenges you had making this?
Some of the challenges we had were making our projects. Like when I and Ife were making our projects, we started from slavery, then we changed to cultural imperialism, then to cyberbullying, until we got up to exploitation. And then even in exploitation, it was sort of hard for us to learn our lines.
Okay, thank you. So I move on to grade 3. Yes, please, somebody in grade 3. Go ahead, somebody in grade 3, please.
My question is, if there is exploitation around you, how would you be able to solve it without telling them that it's wrong, because sometimes they won't listen? How?
Repeat your question.
If you found exploitation and you know that it's dangerous, that you are too young to do it, how would you be able to tell them instead of them listening? How would you be able to stop it?
I can tell the president, I think. I can tell like a higher person to solve the problem around there.
Okay, one more question from grade 3, please.
My question is, what learner profile do you think you achieved and why?
I was open-minded because when I first started my skits, I was talking about color, then changed to some other stuff. So I was open-minded and got everyone ideas.
Okay, would somebody like to share again? Another person, please share. The learner profile, yes.
I think I was communicator because I was sharing my understanding with all of you.
Thank you. Okay, so I can see somebody in grade 1. So yes, grade 1, your question, please.
What do you like to improve on?
Grade 4, did you hear that question?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, please.
We could improve by maybe adding some more information to our slides. And also to get know more about our presentation.
Okay, do anybody want to add to what Oceana said in grade 4?
We can even learn more about oppression during and hoping to see around anyone seeing oppression or anyone saying, oh, people to stop oppression.
Okay, thank you. So one more question from grade 1. Go ahead, please.
What did you like best in your celebration of learning?
I like when I was presenting my PowerPoint.
Okay, another person want to share what you liked?
I liked watching others present their presentation.
Okay, thank you. I can see.
you.
Thank you. So I now move on to parents. You know, having parents in our celebration of learning is always an honor. And we say thank you very much for always finding time to join us. We really appreciate and we enjoy that you support us in the journey of learning. So please, do you have questions or do you want to comment or you want to say something, encourage them? The floor is open for parents now. Okay, Mrs. Peters, please go ahead. Thank you.
I want to say thank you to all the students of grade 4. It was it's so amazing the things you people are making us see, These are topical issues. These are things that are happening now. And these are things that we need to deal. It's not just knowing them, knowing how to deal with these issues that are coming up, racism, and all stuff like that. I want to say thank you. It really opened my mind. I mean, I was so dazed to see the things about those things, these issues that are coming up. And I know when this younger generation, they are taking it serious, they know those things, they will help to take the appropriate action to ensure that these things um, die down. Thank you. And thank you very much, everybody. And thank you to the teacher, Mrs. Okungbowa. Thank you, Mrs. Ekun. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Peters. Thank you so much. Do we have another parent that want to say something? I can't see. Okay, yes, please go ahead. Adeyemi. Thank you.
Yes, good morning and or good afternoon, as the case may be. I'm a parent in the sense of having a child, or a son, or a daughter in any of the schools here, but a parent in the sense that I do have children and grandchildren within the age ranges. And first of all, I must agree with Mrs. Peters that I was blown away by the standard of the presentation, the depth of the thought. And if someone had not put grade 1 or grade 2 or grade 5 or anything of the sort, I would have, this could have been any seminar or webinar by any age set. So first of all, congratulations and commendations to all the teachers, Mrs. Ekun, Mrs. Okungbowa, our teachers from, I think it's South Korea, or is it whatever part of the world that is, but I think it's just been amazing. I learned a few things actually. One was that you don't talk of enslaved persons, you talk of slaves. I'll take that away, and I'm asking permission today to please quote it in everything else I write after this. Don't talk of slaves, you talk of enslaved persons. Secondly, I also learned, and I'd like to encourage the children, that the attitude to violence should be internalized. And children, I'd like to encourage you to go beyond just presentation and programs, but to begin to make this a part of your life growing up. Now, you realize one thing, that the world is yours, the future is yours, and the best solution to powerlessness, again, that was an excellent presentation. I want to say to you that the best solution to powerlessness is get involved, spread the word, and begin to think of getting involved, not just for gain, but for service. It's not too early to become active. Let's begin to talk to ourselves. Let's begin to get a different attitude. Over 70% of the population of this country is aged below the age of 60. So the world is yours. The future is yours. Take a hold of it. Start getting an attitude now that you are going to be involved. In future, you will vote. You will influence the political parties. You will get involved. You will be involved in the people who rule, so that these wonderful ideas you've shared, they will not be able to have any impact unless you have the power, and that's the way to do it. So once again, congratulations to all you students. You blew my mind. Congratulations to their teachers. You are doing an excellent job. I pray that God will bless you and continue to make your work abundantly fruitful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so I'll take, this is the last one I'll take, and it's somebody from FPT, a teacher raising up their hand. Please, can you go ahead, please?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, hello teachers. Yeah, hello everyone. And I also teachers from FPT Primary and Secondary School. Today is so happy that I can attend the meeting so that I can see how students in your school are doing. And the first, I think that the best attractions from me is that you can see that the very big problems like slavery or something like that. And the big problems, maybe in our opinion, it often get the concern from the older persons. However, in the countries, even students at grade 4 or grade 5 can explore and discover the big problems by their own perspective. And I think that by the way you're doing with your students, like let them explore the problems that human beings are facing up to, I think that is quite good, because when they understand, know what's happening around the world, they can know what they should do. And I think that they can help them to raise the responsibility to the life for the human being. And even in our school, we contain both secondary and primary students too. And I think that it's quite a good suggestion so that we can apply it for our students in my FPT primary and secondary school. Yeah. So once more times, thank you very much for the topic and your presentations that students have given to everyone. And one more times, congratulations for your good presentations.
Thank you very much. So grade 4, once again, thank you. And thank you to everybody that have shared and made comments. As you can see, it's both a global and local issues that we will continue to address. And the floor is open for you young generation, continue to find ways to tackle the issues that we are facing in the world. So congratulations, and I'll give it over to the head of school, Mr. Derek Smith.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ekon, and thank you for guiding us through that. And thank you to everyone for participating. It was great to hear from children within our school, children within FPT visiting us from Vietnam. Thank you to the staff from FPT for organizing that, for our parents for being here, and also our guests. Grade 4, what can I say that hasn't already been said? You were spectacular. I'm very, very impressed by the quality of your learning, the depth of your understanding of the issue, and how you've then been able to take that understanding and be able to present it in such a successful way. You have made me very, very, very proud to be your head teacher. I'd like to thank Ms. Okumbo and everyone else who's been involved. I would like to thank your parents for all the support they give you. And we look forward to hearing even more from you next time you give us a celebration of learning, and also the things that we will hear from other children in the school. But it's definitely been a great day. I'm sure everyone has enjoyed that. You will be pleased to know that we have recorded the whole event. So by tomorrow, we'll have it up on our YouTube channel, and you will be able to show it to all your friends and make sure everybody all around the world realizes how wonderful you are at learning, how wonderful you are at presenting your learning, and how keen you are to take action to make positive change in the world. So thank you very much. I think now would be a good time for everyone to open their microphones and to say thank you to grade 4. So maybe everyone, can we all open our microphones and congratulate grade 1?
Thank you, grade
Hey,
4.
well done, grade 4. Well done.
Grade
Well
4.
Good job. Thank you, grade
done. Well
4. Thank
done.
you,
Congratulations.
Mr. Mboa.
Congratulations. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, and we look forward. Thank you all so much, and we look forward to seeing you again at a future celebration of learning. Bye for now.